Hey everyone, welcome back to Evolve Wellness. It's the beginning of a brand new year, which means many of you are probably setting goals, maybe setting New Year's resolutions. But tell me, how many times have you set a goal, or in this case, a New Year's resolution, and days or weeks down the road, maybe February, you just quit, right? Or you find yourself so off track and you forget about your goals and everything goes to the wayside. Well, today we're going to talk about something that can prevent that from happening, and that's SMART goals. S-M-A-R-T, SMART. They're specific, measurable, achievable, reasonable or relevant, and time-bound goals. And there's also a difference between long-term goals and short-term goals. Long-term goals, right? That's where we want to be in the long run. Where do we want to be from now, right? Where are you at right now, right? You want to take that into consideration when setting your long-term goal. You want it to be, again, smart, right? So, and make it reasonable for yourself to achieve that goal. All right, well, let's write an example here of a long-term goal. One that's smart. So, one might write, I will lose 20 pounds, right? Be very specific with the weight by a certain date, right? By this day, whatever that day might be, right? By this day next year. So it's not, I want to lose 20 pounds and it's vague, right? But I want to lose 20 pounds by this day next year, right? Which is, we'll just make it up, right? Like December 31st. So be very specific, right, for your long-term goals so you can set up your short-term goals to get you there. And then there's short-term goals. Short-term goals are abbreviated in time frame compared to our long-term goal, and they're little stepping stones, right, to get us eventually to our long-term goal. So let's take a look at some examples. Okay. So this statement here, I will exercise more. Now this is definitely not a SMART goal, right? So let's write one that's a little bit more specific so I can measure it, and one that's realistic for me given where I'm at right now. So you may be at varying stages, right, as far as your exercise goes, but let's just take a real basic one, right, with walking. So SMART goal would be potentially I will walk 20 minutes 3 times per week this month, right? So now this is way more specific. It's measurable, right? It's achievable for me because I know that I'm almost there but not quite, right? And I can achieve this. So this is an example of a good short-term goal. So you need to keep yourself accountable and you need to stick to these goals, right? So if you watch my previous video on the 10 tips for weight loss, there's one thing that is really super important that isn't talked about too much, but it's support, right? Somebody around you, your family, your friends, could be your trainer, your healthcare provider, anybody, everybody, right, that you know that will support you. Get them involved. They will help you get to success, right? And continue to help you in your path toward weight loss or gaining strength or running further, whatever your goal is. Tracking is also a real key thing, right? Write these things down. Personally, I like to physically write things down with a pencil and paper, and I use a little calendar grid so I know which days I'm doing what, so I have a plan for myself to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. So you might be old school like me and like the pen and paper, or you might do it electronically. Either way, you got to document this stuff and keep yourself on track. And then give your, check off the days that you achieve those things, right? Or if you didn't achieve it, write down what happened, right? And can you make it up, right? Is there a way you can make it up later in the week? And remind yourself of what that long-term goal is. Don't forget about it. Don't tuck it away. Keep it visible. Post it on your refrigerator along with your short-term goals and how you're going to get there, right? Make it visible, not just for yourself, but your support network too, right? So if you're at work, you got people supporting you at work, hanging on your cubicle, right? Let people know what you are out to do, right? For your health, right? Your support network is absolutely key. And celebrate, right? Make sure that you're celebrating along the way, because you are going to be taking those small steps, right? And each one of those small steps is an achievement, right? So make sure that you're celebrating. All right, so don't let those New Year's resolutions fade away. Set those SMART goals. When you do achieve those goals, those short-term goals, make sure you're setting new ones, right? To get you eventually to where you want to be. Guys, I appreciate you sticking through the video. If you did enjoy this and you think somebody else might be able to learn from it, I appreciate it if you share it with them, and always like and subscribe and comment. Appreciate any kind of feedback or ideas for new content. All right, let's make 2025 the year where you crush your goals, stay strong, stay healthy, and evolve.